Hi everybody, welcome back to Enlisted, and in this video we're going to be looking at guns and weapons and how you get the better guns for your soldiers and how you make those guns better in and of themselves as well. So the first thing to understand is that each soldier class within Enlisted can only use certain guns. So this is how I've got my American soldiers set out for the Normandy campaign. We've got engineers, we've got troopers, we've got snipers, we've got assaulters, and then we've got a tank and an aircraft. So let's have a look at my engineer squad, which comprises of 2 engineers and then 3 troopers. So if we click on Walter, who's my top engineer, currently he's got an M1 carbine, which is an improvement over what they come as standard because I've unlocked the M1 carbine. So if we click on the carbine, I think the engineers, when you first get them, they come with the Ross Mark II rifle, and also you've got access to the M1903. So what you'll see if we come down, we'll see it says M1 carbine out of stock, can be obtained through logistics. So I could buy another M1 carbine if Walter didn't have one, and then I could equip it. But if I want to give him the M1 Garand, you might just be able to read that it says will be available in weapon orders after receiving 7 campaign level. What that means is that once you get to campaign level 7, you'll unlock the M1 Garand, and your engineers will be able to use it if you buy them. So let's have a look at the campaign. So I'm just working towards level 6 now, where I'll get the flamethrower. And then when we get to level 7, it'll unlock the radio operator and the M1 Garand. Now, once I've unlocked the M1 Garand, it doesn't mean that I can then automatically equip all my engineers with it. It means that when I go to logistics and go into weapons delivery, the M1 Garand, which is here, will become available, and I can then buy them with weapon orders. So your weapon orders and your troop orders are up here in the top right hand corner. So there's weapon orders, there's troop orders. So most guns, they tend to be 1 silver weapon order. The M1 Garand might be more expensive, I don't know. And then you spend one of your orders to buy one of those rifles, which you can then give to one of your soldiers. If you want to give it to 2 soldiers, you have to buy 2 of them. So that's quite important. So don't go willy-nilly buying lots of rifles when they become available, because they might not be that good. Like, I don't think the M1 carbine is actually that good. It fires fast, but it doesn't do that much damage. Where the M1 Garand, you buy one, give it to a soldier, check it out, and if it's good, then buy another couple of them. Because always remember that within logistics, you're also going to be buying for things like new soldiers, and when you unlock their abilities, things like grenades and backpacks to carry more medkits, or small backpacks, grenade pouches to carry more grenades, ammos to carry more ammo, that sort of stuff. And you only have so many orders, you don't earn them that fast. So let's go back to the soldiers again. So if we look at the troopers in this particular squad, or we could go to the trooper squad here, we can see that Jeffrey Baker, my number 1 trooper, he's got the M1 carbine. Most of the troopers start off with the Springfield, don't they, or the Ross Mark III. And as we go down, there we go, we could see the M1 carbine. Again, he'll have access to that at level 7. Now let's have a look at the snipers. So William, he's my top sniper at the moment, and he's using the Springfield M1903 A1, which is what he starts off with when you unlock the snipers. But if we click on the weapon, we can see that if we scroll down, there's a better Springfield, the M1903 A4, which will become available when I hit campaign level 14. And there's the Sniper Garand, which is available at level 21. And I get the difference between them will be the Springfield M1903 is a bolt action, and when we get to the Garand, that's a semi-auto. So it'll be a semi-auto sniper. That would be pretty cool, won't it? And then let's have a look at the assaulters. So John Ward, he's got the M3 submachine gun. When I get to campaign level 16, we get the shotgun. When we get to level 22, we'll get the Sten gun, and there's the Lanchester and the Springfield Peterson. Now, also remember that this isn't all of the different soldiers that are available within Enlisted. As we go up, there's radio operators, there's the bombers that have the access to the mortar, there's the gunner, which has access to the light machine guns. I mean, very cool. And so on and so forth. Then we've got Sniper 2 and stuff like that. And then you have the differences between the Allies and the Axis as well. They've all got kind of different guns. But in essence, that's how you do it. So as you're progressing through the campaign, you'll unlock better guns, which you can then buy in logistics, which you can then issue to the correct class of soldier. Now, you can also make the guns that the soldiers have work better. So let's go into, say, my troopers. Let's have a look at, say, the M1903 Springfield. So if we click on this one. So that's the M1903 Springfield. Now, if we look down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see available upgrades. We can put a new trigger mechanism on it. So our shock deviation will go down by 15%, a new bolt assembly, which will increase our rate of fire by 15%, and a new barrel, which will up the hit power by 15% and reduce the shot's deviation by 20%, which is that's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, in order to buy these available upgrades, you have to spend item parts. Okay, so down here you'll say upgrade, it's going to take 30 item parts. So I've only got 9 at the moment, so that's not many, is it? Now the way that you get item parts is by breaking down rifles of the same type. So I've got 6 M1903 Springfields. So what I could do is, if I disassemble that, at the moment I'll get 2 to 4 bits. So let's just disassemble one. And I've received 3 weapon parts. I still haven't got enough to upgrade it. So you might think, well, oh god, that's a bit pants. It's going to take forever to make these guns better. Right, so this is where we move into a different aspect of leveling up in Enlisted, and that is within your squad. So within the squad, you've probably seen the squad upgrades, which allow you to increase the XP soldiers and increase the number of members in the squad. Increase the reserves you can have, all that sort of stuff, and the personnel upgrades that allow you to, say, for example, rank up your troopers, rank 4, allow them to earn XP. But then you have the workshop upgrades tab, which is really important, because what this allows you to do is upgrade the leveling up process of the rifles. So what it means is that if we click on these, so if we see here, disassemble bonus 50%, get more parts from disassembling the Ross Mark III rifle, stacks with similar. So there's another one, so there's disassemble bonus. So you can double the rate at which you earn parts from disassembling rifles. So there's the one for the Mark III. Modification cost goes down by 20% and 20% again, and then you can level up the rifle that way. So you can spend your squad point, instead of on squad upgrades or personnel upgrades, or as well as you can spend them in the workshop to make it cheaper to upgrade the weapons you've got. So let's have a look at my assaulters here. So let's have a look. So the first thing we could choose maybe is the M3 submachine gun. We have the ability to level it up, and then the disassemble bonus for 50%. And then another 50%. So if we unlocked those two there with our squad points, we would get basically 100% more parts from disassembling M3s that we had either bought in the logistics, or if we'd used the logistics to buy a soldier and he came with an M3 and we didn't want it anymore, you would get more that way. And then you've got, sort of running parallel with that, we then got the fact that you can make the modification cost cheaper as well. So there we go. Hopefully that helps to clear things up when we're talking about how you upgrade and get better weapons for your soldiers. First, the main thing is to play through the campaign, play the game and level up through the campaign to enable better weapons to become available, and then you can break weapons down to spend the parts on making them better. And if you want to do that quicker, go into the upgrades, go into the workshop upgrades and spend your squad points on that. Whew! The leveling up and the upgrade system and the progression system in Enlisted can seem very complicated at first. It really is. It really is like, oh my god. But when you start to understand it, you start to realise that, oh right, there's quite a lot of elbow room here for me to play the game and progress through the game in a way that I want to, which I think is pretty cool for a free-to-play game. Anyway, there we go. That's enough from me. If you've got any questions about Enlisted, put them down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the Emperor, subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.